Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another exciting episode of Team Foe. It's going to be a little bit different because this video will be going onto that channel ran by Eddie St. Hilaire. And this is going to be a deck profile of what I used for the last Philly event, the Pro Play Tour Philly tournament that I ended up taking second, losing to Jordan Markle in the finals. Throughout the entire weekend, I didn't take any L's. My overall record for Swiss was 5-0-2, 5 wins, 2 draws, and then I went into my top cut performances, which I was able to 2-0 most of my opponents besides obviously Jordan Markle and besides the Toa player I went up against. I had great games overall. I played against a lot of good competition, played against multiple different decks. One being the Kaba deck. I played against the U6 deck during Swiss. I played against Frieza Prism. Went up against Shenron Mirror, a Shenron Mirror match. Actually, that was my last round going into top cut. The winner was going to advance. What else? Let's see. I played against 3 Toa decks throughout the tournament. Trying to kind of recollect all the matches, but let's just say it was a very, very diverse tournament. In fact, if you look at the results in top 16, you will see that there was like 10 plus different decks in top 16. So it was great, a lot of variety, and something that we haven't seen for quite some time. And I believe that most of that is due to the fact that we have a lot of counter cards from each color. Bandai decided, you know what, we're gonna give all colors counter cards that can interact with the game. And since they banned Bad Ring Laser minus Killy Zone, those were the 2 cards that pretty much could stop everything in the game, and they're no longer viable. So guys and girls, as you know, I ended up overall taking up Shenron. It wasn't your typical Shenron deck. It was more of a little spicy list that I kept, developing for quite some time now. It's a ramp version of Shenron, but it has a different take based off of the card choices that I ended up using. So you guys are gonna have a treat in this deck profile. I'm gonna go over it short and sweet, and I wanna give a few shout outs beforehand. I wanna thank my team, Eric Hill, Eon, Eddie, Juan, all the guys, Alejandro Mena, all of you guys are awesome, and it's been an honor for being part of Team Foe, F-O-E. And I also want to give thanks to someone who now kind of allowed me to move on with my life. I won't name that special individual, but you know who you are. Thank you for allowing me to realize that I was with someone that isn't worth my time. So that's something that, I guess hindered me the last weekend for Gen Con, and it affected me during this tournament as well. But I found out more information about this person, and now I'm good. Everything is all good, and you guys are gonna enjoy this treat. All right, guys, so right before I give you the deck profile, I want to also give another special thanks to PPG. George Machado and staff, you guys were awesome this weekend. You always hear my mouth, whether it's good or for bad. I'm very upfront, very honest, and when an event is ran smoothly, I have to give credit where credit is due. So thank you for hosting another great event. I look forward to the many more to come. And they also made me a bounty, which is not the reason why I'm congratulating them, guys and girls, because I know some people are going to be like, yeah, he made you a bounty, that's why you're saying this. No, overall the event was ran smoothly. There was a good amount of rounds, 7 rounds for the right amount of, attendance that we had. And the tournament was good, the staff were on point. The event was, held with, with good integrity, and the experience was great for a lot of players. You talk to any person that went to that event, and most people will tell you the same. But let's begin now. So we have our Dragon Ball leader. You guys already know I've been playing him for a while. When you activate his effect, you place him in rest mode, and you can search up to 2 Dragon Balls from your deck or life area, and then add them to your hand, shuffle up, and continue with your turn. Note, you cannot attack with this battle card, or this leader card. When you wish, you can grab any desire card and add it to your hand from your drop area. Now you go into Miraculous Revival Shenron. This is where the fun happens. For one, you cannot attack with him. He has 3 active mains. First, you can choose to draw a card. Second, you can choose to activate a desire card for free, but it has to match the amount of energy you have. And then lastly, you can remove all 7 Dragon Balls. In that case, you can give one of your battle cards 10k and triple attack for the full duration of the turn. That is your win con. This is our win con for the deck, and it's very powerful when you decide to go off. Starting, we run 1 Star Ball. This is a simple Dragon Ball. It costs 1 energy. When you activate it, you draw 1 card, and you have to drop 1 card from hand. Your opponent now has to discard 1 card from hand as well. Super Dragon Balls. I've been running this card since the Super Shenron leader was viable. I am one of the few players that plays this card. A lot of other individuals they tested it out, and they told me, Anthony, I don't know how you make it work, but I guess only you make it work. And it's something that I'm fine with. I'm fine with being one of the few players to run this card. So it costs 2 energy, you draw 4 cards, and you can discard 2. Obviously, there are right times where you want to do it and wrong times. So you just got to make sure that you don't do it at the wrong time, or you can suffer a terrible loss due to the card. I ran 5 Porunga Dragon Balls. It's still my favorite ball to run. You guys see it in all my deck profiles. It's your standard Dragon Ball. This costs 0, and you draw a card. Now, moving on to our Desire package. I run 4 World Peace. It's the heart of the deck and the most important card. All it does is that you can use it for free with your leader, or you could pay for. You can select a battle card in your drop area with the energy cost of equal to or less than the amount of energy you control. So, example, I have 7 energy. I can pay for it, pay 4, and I can bring out a 7 drop or less from my drop area. Now, moving forward, 2 Dragon Radar. Dragon Radar is a very essential card. It has a lot of utility. So for one, when you activate it, you can search the top 7 cards of your deck for a Dragon Ball or a Desire card and add up to 2 from there to your hand. Second ability is you can pay, again, 1 energy. You can select up to 2 Dragon Ball and or Desire cards from your drop area and add them to your hand. So again, Dragon Radar has that utility package where it doesn't matter where it's at, you can keep reusing cards. The primary card I like to grab is obviously our World Peace, and of course, cards like Super Dragon Ball. If I ever need more draw power, I can always Dragon Radar for a Super Dragon Ball and really have a better chance of finding cards that I need in my match, which makes this deck very consistent. Now, continuing on with the blue portion of our extra cards, 4 Senzu Bean. Senzu Bean has been around in this game for a while, since set 1, and it's here to stay. It's simply just, when you activate it, you can restand up to 1 of your energy, or up to 2 of your energy, and give plus 5k to your leader or battle card for the duration of the turn, which is very important. For Coercion, Coercion is our standard negate. It costs free, technically. You pay 1, but you get to restand 1 of your energy, similar to Senzu Bean, except Senzu Bean is a +1 in energy, or can be a +1 in energy. 4 Objection. Objection is the heart of the deck. Without this card, this deck would not be viable. I know I've said in the past, if you're running 4 Objection, or if you're playing Objection, you're bad. Well, in this case, you would be that if you don't play it. So it's just simple card. You activate it. You can charge one card from your hand essentially, and it costs 2 energy. Temporal Rescue Trunks, very good card. A super combo that's best for the deck. You guys already know, Sparking 5, you draw one card and get plus 10k. It already has the 10k value. Now, moving on to the battle cards of the deck, because, I mean, we can count our super combo as a battle card, but, you know, the battle cards you will want to be playing outside of Temporal Rescue Trunks. 2 Crisis Crusher. This card did okay this weekend. It wasn't as effective as I wanted it to be because I didn't play against the matchups that require this card to be useful. As you guys know, when he's in play, first of all, he could cost 1 energy if you control no battle cards. Second, you can active main. You could pop one of your opponent's 1-drops or less. And lastly but not least, 1-drops cannot attack from both respective areas. 2 Newfound Power Porunga, the MVP of the deck, one of the best 3-drops in the game. He has a series of effects. 1, he cannot attack. When you activate his effect, you have to put him in rest position. He has 3 effects. 1 is drawing 2 cards. 2 is selecting one of your battle cards and one of your opponent's battle cards. Everything else gets shuffled up on the board and back to their respective decks. And then lastly, you could give a plus 10k pump to any battle card for the duration of your turn and your opponent's turn, which is very, very, very effective. 2 Shenron, Figure of Majesty, very similar to his counterpart, except you don't have to put him in rest position. He cannot attack. He has 3 effects. You can restand up to 2 of your energy. For 1, you draw 1 card regardless. The card you draw, you cannot see, ladies and gentlemen, so just be careful of that. So you draw, then you put it on the side. So what I like to do is when I draw a card, I just put it on the side, and then I activate one of the abilities. You can restand up to 2 of your energy. You can bring back a 2-drop or less from your drop area and put it into play, our super combo. Or you can give 5k in critical to one of your battle cards, which is very, very strong. Now, we have 3 of our At All Cost Vegeta. At All Cost Vegeta is very key to the deck. He is a win con. He has a series of effects, which I won't be going into, but all you know is once you have 5 energy, you could bring him out or have him in play already, activate his active main, take 2 of your life, and he gains triple strike and he can pop a battle card, which is very important. Now, we have 3 Whis, the Resting Attendant. Whis is very powerful. When he comes into play, you can select 1 card from the top of your deck and put it into your energy area, which is very strong because you can gain energy and ramp up. Now, the big cards of the deck, the cards that matter most. He is one of the best cards of the deck, and I'll tell you why. Ultimate Fusion Gogeta. So, when he comes into play, Sparking 5, you draw 2 cards, and then you select up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, and you can bottom deck them. Now, again, he could also be Union Fusion, but we don't have it, so it is what it is. You have to actually have 5 energy in order to play him, but we could cheat him in with our Desire card, which is World Peace, and do what we need to do. We have 2 Gogeta Hero Revive. This card is broken, snapped in half. It has so many keyword skills. We have Barrier, Deflect, Triple Strike. When he comes into play, Sparking 10, you can crit one of your life. In that case, your opponent has to shuffle their entire hand back into their deck and draw 3 cards, which is very good and very powerful. 2 Kaioken Son Goku. That's all we're going to call him. He has Deflect. He has now a few different effects, which is going to be great. He has Energy Exhaust, so you guys should already know what that is by now. Now, what's great about this guy is in this deck, you can't bring him out for 5, so I won't even read the first part of the effect. You have to have 7 energy. When he's in play, you can active main, use it as many times as you like, take a life. In that case, he gets 25k, and you can rip a card from your opponent's hand, any card. Now, he has the last effect. When you're at 1 life, he gains dual attack and triple strike, which is insane. He basically can become, he can ulti himself, which is amazing. Now, One of the best cards of all weekend, or best cards of this weekend, was my Goku Ooga. Nobody had it except for one other person in the entire event, so I felt very special because I was one of the few players playing it. This guy he's a secret rare, so ultimate, could only have one per deck. This guy has dual attack and he has double strike. His first effect doesn't matter because we don't have a World Martial Arts leader or a World Martial Arts deck for that matter. His ability is when he attacks, you can select up to one of your opponent's energy and select one of your opponent's life and bottom deck it. Lastly, if you combine that with your leader, you can give him ultimate, which allows him to attack 4 times. That means that if all 4 attacks are successful, as far as not being interrupted by Mafuba or something that keeps them in rest mode, you automatically will rip 4 life from them and 4 energy, period. Everything else is dependent on whether or not they can defend you. And then the last card of the deck, we run our Fu Shrouded in Mystery. He is our win con, another win con of the deck. He requires 10 cards in your drop area and 6 energy. When he comes into play, your opponent cannot activate any skills besides the skill of their leader. That means no extra cards. That means your super combos are not live. They just are the value that they have. You can't activate any pseudo combos, anything additional. So guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this main deck profile. We're gonna now go on to the sideboard. We have one Toki Time Creator. As you guys know, when you play this card, it has Deflect, so your opponent can't use any counter skills against it. You can place this card on top of your deck. In that case, search your deck for a 1-drop or a 1-drop that has 3k stats or less, and then put it into play, shuffle up your deck. So it goes on top, you shuffle up, and you do what you need to do. Now the 1-drops that we run that are searchable or tutorable, No Escape Son Goku. When it comes into play, it has Deflect. Neither player can put cards back from their field to their hand due to their own skills. Dende, new to the job. Once your opponent ramps up, if your opponent ever ramps up a card, you can now pop their energy. When he comes into play, you draw a card, which you draw a card for both of these skills. You can pay 2 energy in that case, discard them from board, and pop 2 of your opponent's energy. Dark Power Black Mass Saiyan, very good against any decks that want to spam or play like cards like Chain Attack Zeno. Just very effective. Your opponent has to drop 2 cards from hand, and that's it. So if they play a battle card 15k or less, outside of using a keyword skill, like Swap for example, they will have to drop 2 cards from their hand. Toa, Dimension the Leader. I have to give a shout out to one of my buddies from Locals. Thank you for lending me this card. You know who you are. Blocker, Revenge, Counter Play. You have to just remove 2 cards from your drop area from game. You still have to pay the 2 energy, so it doesn't matter if you do so or not. It's a good blocker and has Revenge. What can I say? It didn't really help this weekend, but it was good to have it, just in case. 2, King Piccolo, Limitless Power. I only got to sideboard it 1 time throughout the entire event. Scott Dashy wasn't in the tournament, so I didn't have to worry about any announcer or World Martial Arts Tournament cards being played. As you guys may know, it has Double Strike. Active main, if you control 4 energy and your opponent, your opponent or you control 2, basically, you can discard up to 2 World Martial cards in play, and he comes out for free. And he has 20k in Double Strike, put it that way. It's great against the World Martial Arts deck because you just sacrifice their own creatures and you get a free body on board. Bardock Fully Unleashed, great for the Broly matchup, Baby matchup, any deck that can spam out giant battle cards. When it comes out, 6 or greater, you remove all 6 or greater battle cards from your opponent's side of the field. And last but not least, an Unexpected Turn. Very good for the Veggie matchup. It just simply is a counter play. If your opponent controls 3 or more battle cards with 2 or more energy, that have 2 or more energy, the 4th battle card that they're attempting to play gets removed from game, and then this can KO all battle cards 2 or less, ignoring barrier. So it's pretty effective. And that's the Cyborg, ladies and gentlemen. Second place, didn't lose all weekend except for the finals, and that's about it. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. Again, I want to thank Team FOE, for allowing me to be a part of the squad, and it's going to be a fun journey. So you guys are going to see me kicking butt. I'm going to try to go to the next Florida event, so expect me there if I do make it, and I'm going to keep kicking butt. So this became my 9th finals appearance. We're going to go for our 10th one next time. I'll see you guys later, and as always, thank you for watching, and this channel is all about you.